as the 11-year-old from Ranst in Belgium. And the drivers head out onto the circuit. They'll do 2 rolling laps and then onto the start line. So it's Larock and Van Hoppen on row 1, Plug and Van Meert on row 2. Then it is Amaury Mertens on Maximus Meyer on row number 3. Amaury Mertens in cart number 923. And Max Meyer, again, Max having a bit of a torrid start to the weekend as the current X30 Winter Cup Mini X30 champion. The driver from Torrevieja from the Costa Blanca. Had to drive 12 hours to get here. The pilot refusing, of the plane they were due to catch, refusing to let him and some of the equipment, the karting equipment he was carrying onto the plane. So last minute change of plans. They had to, I think they had to ditch some of the equipment and jump in their car and drive 12 hours here. And I know that Max's family wanted me to say that they're very grateful to other members of the paddock for giving them or lending them the equipment they needed just to get their package together. And Max running with the Fusion Motorsport team, and it's good to see that drivers and teams, well, even though Max is one of the championship front runners, nobody wants to win a championship or win a race because one of their rivals is stuck in the paddock, not able to get out on circuit, which is very, very good to see, and should be a behaviour like that should be applauded. The 4th row of the grid, we see Louis Hofbeck from Denmark in cart number 911. The JN Motorsport kart. It's the predominantly black kart with dark blue lettering. And Kimi Abraham, the Belgian driver. 3 Belgians in the field. 2 Dutchmen, Dane, an American, and a Spaniard. And down the back straight, now Diego Larock will bring the field down to rolling lap speed. We come through turn number 5. Now we head into turn 6. Very tight left-hander. Seen a lot of people running wide coming on the exit of that corner. Then they pick speed through turn 7, which is where they are now, all the way out to turn number 8, which is the furthest point from my commentary position. Just to the right of the picture now, in a raised area, is where a lot of the teams and the awnings are based. So they've got a good view of the whole facility. The drivers are coming through turn number 9 now, which is a flat-out right-hand kink, into turn number 10. You can see turn number 10, the track veers right and then takes a sharp left. And on the exit, you can see one of the little access roads there. There's several different circuit variants here at Salbris, and very tempting to run wide coming out of there. But of course, there's curbs and you can be unsettled. Now they go through turn number 11 and into turn 12. And the officials and the clerks on the circuit just guiding them, making sure they're running at the correct speed. Turn 12, early apex, the curb there, and then the corner kind of opens out as you pick up speed onto the start-finish straight. So Larock and Van Hoppen bring the Mini X30 field into the 2 tram lines. You stay in the tram lines until those red lights go out. Then we're off and racing. Now we're off and racing. It's a slow start. And Sita Van Meert gets a great jump. Diego Larock slow away. And not only has Van Hoppen taken the lead, Van Meert is up to 2nd. And I think that's Max Meyer going around the outside of Sita Van Meert from the 3rd row of the grid into 2nd. The poleman down to 4th. They go through turn number 2 now into turn 3 and turn 4. Onto the back straight. This a 9-lap race. The final is 11 laps, so a little bit longer than the heats. Down the back straight already. Larock trying to pass Van Meert back into P3. But up at the front, it is Van Hoppen. Well, Bart Plug has also got away slowly. He was directly behind Diego Larock, so the drivers that started 1st and 3rd slow away. There's Plug in the 2nd cart in that picture behind Louis Hofbeck. Hofbeck, who started stone last, already picking up a couple of places. But it is Laurens Van Hoppen and Max Meyer. Meyer, who had a poor day by his standards yesterday. A great move around the outside of turn number 1 there to take, turn number 2 rather, to take 2nd place. And now he is setting off after Van Hoppen. Will we see these 2 pull away? Larock, though, wants to make sure that doesn't happen. He's already gaining ground. Further back, side by side, as Hofbeck, Plug, Abraham and Mertens all battle. But as they're going side by side, the lead quartet are pulling away. Oh, Larocque runs wide going into turn number 2. He's going to get a good exit off the corner, though, and he knows he's not under pressure. So he was able to take that line, and it has worked for him. Now, through turn number 4, Diego Larocque in third place will try and get into the slipstream of Max Meyer and the race leader. Behind them, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th places. Looking on your screen now, Bart Plug moves into P5. At the expense of Louis Hofbeck, that's actually the cosmic cart of Kimi Abraham, of Amaury Mertens, who getting shuffled wide there. Hofbeck in 7th, and the Tony cart number 927 of Kimi Abraham running in 8th place. And a little bit of contact there between Hofbeck and Mertens, and Hofbeck has to fall back. That's going to slow them down, and the front 4 are pulling away. Here are the leaders coming into turn number 11. It is still Van Hoppen leading from Meyer. Larocque has caught them. Sita van Meert has got about 10 cart lengths to make up, join that train. And then there is a 3-second gap already back to Bart Plug. Plug in 5th position has got to try and work hard now as we begin lap number 3. But Max Meyer very sensibly not trying to pass Laurens van Hoppen, trying to work with the Dutchman and pull away. Larocque's not letting them though, and Van Meert's got to work really hard to get up with them. If we see Van Hoppen and Meyer go side by side, that will help Sita van Meert, and it'll help Diego Larocque, and it might even help Bart Plug. But the more that we see these running single file, working together, the harder it's going to be for Van Meert to close in. Out towards turn number 8 they go. Meyer hanging back a little bit through the right-hander. Now up the short straight towards turn 9, flat out, 75, 80 kilometres an hour. Into turn number 10, hard on the brakes, then up on the power, not running over the curb too much. Brake again for turn number 11. Not too much though, because it's quite a wide corner. Use a little bit of the curb. Not too much on the exit though. Now, early apex. Let the kart now run out wide, coming onto the start-finish straight. Flat out through turn number 1. These karts, nearly 60 miles an hour. Into turn number 2, Larocque, that wide line. He gets a great run off turn 2, but he can't quite get to the inside of Meyer. Maybe that's Diego planning a move for later on. 109.485. Very quick lap for the race leader, Laurens van Hoppen. Now Larocque looks to the inside of Meyer. Meyer just covers his line. Larocque looks again. They've got to be careful they don't go side by side for too long, or else Van Hoppen will get away. Yesterday we saw that when the leaders worked together, they were able to maintain a group until the very end. If second and third started battling, the race leader could escape and was not going to be caught. So Meyer and Larocque have got to be careful they don't engage in too many dices. And of course Meyer and Larocque did have a little bit of a territorial dispute in the final at Genk, shall we say, that was to the detriment of both their end results. So they've got to make sure that that's all forgotten about, and I'm sure it is. So they have to work together now as we begin. Lap number 5 out of 9. Let's see if Larocque uses that wide line now. Well, he does, and that opens the door for Max Meyer. And that's what Diego's got to be careful of, because even though he gets a good run out of turn number 2, he's on the wrong side of the track for turn number 3. So Larocque can only really use that line if he's not under pressure. If he's got someone following him and he uses that line, then it's going to cost him. Like it's just cost him there, but this is still mid-race. Maybe he is just showing Max Meyer a potential overtaking opportunity. Max Meyer doesn't need a second invitation. Van Hoppen continues to lead. Sita van Meert has dropped nearly 3 seconds off this group because the 3 leaders working together very well indeed. So Van Meert has actually fallen back into the clutches of Bart Plug in 5th position. And then you have Amaury Mertens, Louis Hofbeck and Kimi Abraham all battling together as well. But the 3 leaders is where the action is at. Through turn number 12. We're coming through to complete lap number 5 and start lap number 6. Now, will Meyer look to the inside at turn number 2? He looks like he's got a good run. Would he jink to the inside? No. Oh, and this time Larocque is the one that, instead of using that wide entrance to turn number 2, he uses a tight line to retake that position. But as he did so, that gives Laurens van Hoppen 5 or 6 cart lengths in hand. So now Larocque and Meyer have to get their heads down. You'll see the drivers hunching down behind the NASA panel on their carts just to create tiny bit of better airflow, and you think, that's ridiculous. These are kids. They're not going to get a better run through the air. Well, believe it, it does. If you can just get your head closer to the steering wheel, the air that goes off at the top of these carts, don't forget they are doing nearly 60 odd miles an hour, and these carts, the bodywork is designed for aerodynamic efficiency, and the drivers know exactly what helps them, even if it's a fraction of a second. There's Bart Plug passing Sita van Meert for 4th place. So the Dutch driver in cart number 917 passing the young lady in cart number 912. Oh, and Sita van Meert, they're running a little bit wide coming out of turn number 12. But they're 4 seconds behind this group. We start lap number 7 out of 9. And Plug is thinking to himself, well, if they start battling now and they run side by side for 2 laps, I can still catch them, even though I'm 4 seconds down. But it all depends when Laroque, who is currently second, makes his first move on Van Hoppen. When will Van Hoppen begin to defend? At the moment, Laurens Van Hoppen has not deviated from the normal racing line. That will change at some point. He takes the normal wide line into turn number 8, swings out wide. On the last lap, you won't see that happen. Through turn 9, not defending into turn 10. Looks over his shoulder. There's the little look to see, right, who's behind me? Where are they? And he now knows that he's got about 4 or 5 kart lengths, so he's not going to start defending yet. Plug and Van Meert trying to work together. We'll see their lap times next time around. So we start lap number 8. Mayer to the inside of Laroque. But Laroque on the outside, he gets that good run and he retakes second. Oh, could that be critical? And look at that, one move there. Mayer couldn't quite make it stick. Laroque came back at him. And the gap between them and Van Hoppen goes out to 10 kart lengths. Laurens Van Hoppen looks over his shoulder to see how much the gap is. And there's Mayer again at the inside of Laroque for 2nd place. They need to wait another half a lap or so before they start doing that, or else Van Hoppen will get away. The gap back to Plug and Van Meert is grown by another 0.3 of a second. And Van Hoppen, that one look over his shoulder tells him, nope, still don't need to defend. Now we'll see Max Mayer. You can see Mayer just pushing Laroque along, trying to get 8 wheels working together. 8 wheels working together faster than 4 wheels working on their own. Into turn number 12. Will we see Van Hoppen take another glance over his shoulder here? No. We start the final lap. Mayer pushing Laroque along. Laroque signal saying, okay, come on, we can do this. And it's working. They've caught Van Hoppen. They've caught Van Hoppen. Now down the back straight. Mayer needs to try and push Laroque along again. Laroque can't make the move as it stands. And Mayer's not on his rear bumper, but now Mayer gets there. And Mayer dives to the inside into turn number 5. Laroque has to move off the racing line. The gap still 3 kart lengths through turn number 6. Van Hoppen still leading, still not defending. He doesn't need to defend just yet. Plug and Van Meert running in 4th and 5th. Through turn number 9 come the leaders. Into turn 10, Laroque is within 2 kart lengths. Now Van Hoppen knows he's there. Van Hoppen doesn't defend into turn number 11. Laroque has got 1 corner. Will he swing wide to try and get the slingshot out of the corner? He hasn't got a choice. Van Hoppen, I think, has done enough, and Laroque will not catch him. Laurens Van Hoppen takes the win from Diego Laroque and Max Mayer. The top 3 cross the line, separated by less than 0.2 of a second. A thumbs up there from Laroque. Good game, son, he's saying. Bart Plug finishes 4th, just 0.05 of a second in front of Sita van Meert. And Amaury Mertens in kart number 923 finishes 6th, just in front of, Louis Hofbeck and Kimi Abraham battling away for 7th.